Well, hi everybody. It's me, Miss Susan from the Crystal Lake Public Library, and I am super excited. Why? Because we're going to become night navigators. Oh, that sounds so wonderful. What is a night navigator, you say? Well, this is something that is not just for the kids out there. It can be for the whole family. Wouldn't that be wonderful to have a whole family of night navigators? What we're going to do in this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are going to have small sessions about learning to navigate the stars. Now, this is going to be broken up into 3 sequences using this book called Sticky Night Skies. Now, it's not that the skies are sticky. No, it's just that what we're going to learn is going to stick to our brains. We're going to learn about constellations and how to identify them. We're going to learn about how you can navigate the direction north by using one specific star. And it's going to be so much fun. I mean, I have loved stars my whole life. And wouldn't it be fun to be able to look up and identify what a constellation is, what the name is, and even what some of the stars are in that constellation? This is a wonderful family activity. So make sure you use the Hoopla app to download this book. And that way you can follow along with me. We're going to break up the first chapter. There are actually 3 chapters in this book. We're going to break up the first chapter in our 3 sessions. And each session will build upon the next one. So it's super important that you start from sequence 1, okay? And then we'll build on to sequence 2 and to sequence 3. All right, so let's go, night navigators. Let's look up and learn about some stars, shall we? Okay, here we go. All right, night navigators, this is sequence 1 in our Night Navigators program. Tonight, you are going to learn to identify the constellation Orion. Orion has a belt. Orion has a shield. He holds a club. And there's something very peculiar about his armpit. Who knew that there was an armpit of a star up in the sky? There is. And it has a very unusual name. So get ready and enjoy learning about Orion. Here we go. Welcome and thank you for joining me. This is sequence 1 of a 3-part series in our Night Navigators series. Let's get started. Take a look at the night sky. It has followed you your whole life. Brilliant minds throughout history have contemplated it. Ptolemy, Galileo, Newton, and Einstein. For thousands of years, long sea journeys were impossible without it. One type of finch even appears to navigate by it. It is where we came from. We are all made of star stuff. You would not have gotten far in ancient times without knowing your way around the night sky. Indeed, it may be the only thing your distant ancestors would recognize today. But do you recognize much of it, or is it just so many stars? About, not 30 minutes. We're going to take 15 tonight. You are going to recognize plenty. Are you ready? All right, here we go. This is Orion. Take a good look at him. Orion's belt is one of the most easily identified features in the sky. It is one of the few places where 3 stars line up. Do you see that? There are 1, 2, 3, 3 stars in a line. On the left side, you see they drew a line to give it a better idea of what it looks like. Those are 3 stars in Orion, known as his belt. Orion is in the night sky, and he's the night sky's hunter. So here is his body. There's Orion's belt right there. There's one leg, the other leg, and here is his body. He also has a shield. Do you see that? And the club in his right hand. So he's facing you. This will prove very important later. So here, this is Orion's belt, right? Here is his shield. And this star right over here is the armpit. It's known as Betelgeuse. You can pronounce it like Beetlejuice. And in real life, it looks redder than all the other stars around it. It's at right angles to Orion's belt. So remember, here is Orion's belt, right here. Betelgeuse is right here. So you can see how it forms a 90-degree angle. Betelgeuse could end its life in a supernova explosion in the near future. But by near future, cosmologists mean any time in the next 10,000 years. So don't wait up. So do you have Orion fixed in your head? Sure. The constellations, they change their orientation during the night. Do you see Orion's belt here? Correct. Do you see his shield? Right here. Do you recognize where Betelgeuse is? Look for Orion's belt. The middle star connected to Betelgeuse. All right, so now what we're going to do is as we night navigate the stars, I'm going to ask you to cover up the right side of your screen. You may cover it up with a pillow. You may cover it up with a dark piece of paper, something to block it, because we are going to navigate over here and the answers will be on the right side. So let's continue. All right, so covering up the right side, here we go. Find Orion's belt. Do you see Orion's belt on this side? What are we looking for in Orion's belt? 3 stars. Do you see it? Look to the right and see if you got your answer correct. Let's continue. All right, find his belt again. Looking for 3 stars in a row. Remove the covering on the right-hand side to see if you got it correct. Great job navigating. Next slide. All right, was that too easy? All right, so now I want you to find his shield. All right, so look for Orion's belt. Look for his shield. Do you see it? All right, remove the right side to see if you got it correct. Great job. All right, cover the right side up again. We're going to continue. Now I want you to find Betelgeuse. Do you remember how to find that star? What do you need to do first in Orion's constellation? You need to find Orion's belt. Do you recognize where Orion's belt is? It is a series of 3 stars, correct. And look at that center of those 3 stars and draw a straight line to form a right angle. Look to the right side to see if you are correct. Next slide. Constellations are just shorthand for finding your way around the night sky. This is more like the real sky. Okay, there's a lot more stars now. Can you find Orion's belt in it? How many stars are you looking for? 3. All right, look to the answer on the right-hand side. Did you get it correct? Let's continue. Oh, and even if you are having difficulties, don't worry, Night Navigator. What you can do is you can stop this video and you can play it from the beginning again. Remember to cover up the right side of your screen. These are practices so that when you go outside after our session is done and you look up at the night sky, you're going to practice trying to find Orion in the real sky. All right, let's continue. Now there's a bigger piece of sky. All right, first we have to find the constellation Orion. Can you find Orion's body? Remember, we're looking for a belt and his legs and his shield and Betelgeuse. Look to the right and see if you are correct. Next slide. Now find his belt. Do you see his belt? Look to the right. Did you get it correct? Fantastic. Let's continue. It's getting tougher now. A lot more stars. Don't flip the page until you found it, okay? So try to find Orion. We're looking for 3 stars, a shield, and Betelgeuse. You can do it, Night Navigators. Look to the right side to see if you are correct. All right, here we go. The sky is forever moving. Find Orion again. Take your time. Look to the right to see if your answer is correct. All right, so now that you've found Orion, can you find Betelgeuse? Do you remember how to find Betelgeuse again? Look for Orion. Find Orion's belt. The center star in Orion's belt points straight to Betelgeuse because it forms a right angle. Look to the right and see if you are correct. Let's continue. In cities, such as Crystal Lake, you see fewer stars due to the glare from the lights on the ground. But it doesn't mean you still can't find the stars. So in this page on the right-hand side, I want you to try to find Orion. Do you see Orion up there? Next slide. All right, so in the countryside, there's a lot more stars, isn't there? Do you think you can find Orion in all of these stars? Pause this video if you want to. Take your time. Remember, Orion's belt has 3 stars. I bet you can find it. Where's Orion? Look to the right for your answer. Let's continue. This is more as the ancients would have seen things. They had very few streetlights. Take your time on this one. Pause the video if you need to. Find Orion again. And then look to the right for your answer. Wow, that last one was hard, wasn't it? All right, so we found Orion. Now we need to find Betelgeuse. You can do it, Night Navigators. This picture right here is pretty much what you would see in the night sky. So look for Orion, find Orion's belt, and find Betelgeuse. Again, if you need to stop and review, please do so. I want you to be successful. Next slide. All right, let's try to find Betelgeuse again. Don't give up, night navigators. You can do it. Looking for his belt. And then the center star in Orion's belt, you draw a right angle straight to Betelgeuse. Look to the right for your answer. Next slide. You, my friend, just correctly identified a single star from over 300. Congratulations. All right, so now what I want you to do is this video will be done in just a few moments. I want you to practice what we learned tonight. I want you to go outside and navigate the stars above you. I want you to look up. I want you to identify where Orion is. I want you to identify Orion's belt. And then I want you to identify where Betelgeuse is. How exciting that you are able to do this. All right, so the next session will be starting up in a few days. I want you to practice though, because we're going to build on what we just learned today. All right, until then, keep looking up. Great job, night navigators. Bye-bye.